India is the fastest growing economy in the world. It's consistently beaten China and the USA to claim the top spot. It is slated to become the third largest economy by the end of this decade. In the last 10 years, India's economy has almost doubled from $2.4 trillion to $3.94 trillion. The IMF has predicted 7% growth for India this year, citing strong rural consumption. Is this the result of Modinomics? What about per capita income? What is the impact of food inflation? What's next for the Indian economy? This is Quick Take, your quick guide. I'm Smita Prakash. What is Modinomics? The term encompasses various economic reforms, initiatives and strategies that have been introduced since Narendra Modi became Prime Minister in 2014. The primary focus of Modinomics is to transform India into a modern, competitive and self-reliant economy. It includes bringing a digital revolution, opening Jan Dhan accounts, promoting UPI and pushing for mobile connectivity. In the last 10 years, there's been a strong focus on upgrading India's infrastructure, including transportation, energy, and city development. Key reforms include the Goods and Services Tax, GST, which is aimed to simplify the tax system across India. The government has launched various programs to help the poorest people, including direct cash transfers and subsidies. While Modinomics has been praised for helping stabilize and grow the economy, it's also been criticized that they've not adequately addressed the income inequality and disparities. Some policies such as demonetization and GST face significant implementation challenges, which led to disruptions in the economy, particularly in the informal sector. Another criticism has been that despite the focus on job creation, employment growth has not kept pace with the number of people entering the workforce, leading to concerns about jobless growth. Per capita income. With a per capita income of $2,600, India ranks 139th globally in terms of income per person. What is required is inclusive development and focusing on sectors that can generate employment, such as manufacturing services and infrastructure, and of course, supporting small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, that are significant job creators. Prime Minister Modi acknowledges this, which is why he talks about Viksit Bharat, an initiative and vision to transform India into a developed country by the year 2047. A bid to ensure that the benefits of growth reach all sections of society, including the marginalized and economically weaker sections. Food inflation. Food inflation in India has been high in the recent months, rising from 7.40% in May 2024 to 8.68% in June 2024. In June, food prices reached a 6-month high of 9.4%. Rising prices of vegetables, cereals and fruit are hurting citizens the most. Food inflation directly affects households where food constitutes a large share of consumer spending. Food inflation impacts rural and urban areas differently. Rural households often spend a large proportion of their income on food compared to urban households. Food prices are a key concern for the public and can influence perceptions of overall inflation even if other prices are stable. Unemployment. India's job crisis is real. Despite being one of the fastest growing economies, India struggles to create enough jobs for its large and expanding young population. Experts point at lack of appropriate skills. Agriculture remains the dominant source of employment in rural India, employing around 45 to 50% of the rural workforce. However, agriculture's contribution to the GDP is relatively low, highlighting the low productivity and income levels associated with agricultural jobs. Non-availability of jobs in Tier 2 towns and cities and villages was a major issue during the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. As private sector jobs become more competitive with less stability, many young Indians are turning to what used to be the go-to for decades, government jobs. However, these are also highly competitive due to the limited number of positions available. What's next for the Indian economy? There are signs that the rural economy is picking up, which could lead to more jobs in rural areas, especially in sectors like farming and rural manufacturing. A multifaceted approach is the need of the hour, Agriculture will continue to play a significant role, but diversifying the rural economy, improving education and skills, and enhancing infrastructure will create sustainable employment opportunities. Inflation, especially due to rising food and fuel prices, remain major challenges that face the Modi government in its third term.